How's it going, guys? My name is EPC, and we are back with another Minecraft map. This is, what is it? This is my 5th Minecraft map, I think. This one's called Escape the Depths. It's different than the other Find the Button ones that we've done in the past. So, anyways, we're going to get into the walkthrough right now. Before you start the map, make sure you hit this rules button and you take the thing out of the chest, otherwise it won't let you start the game. That's important to know. Tips how to play. This map is multiplayer compatible, but just want to let you guys know that I have not tested it with 2 people. Don't throw anything into lava, like at all. It shouldn't happen anywhere on the map. If you need to walk through, click this link. A lot of the map uses audio indications in order to tell you that something's happened. So make sure your audio's on and read the books. They're important. Right, and the only thing you're going to need to craft in this map are going to be tools, armor, weapons, and materials. Make sure your resource pack is on, so these arrows right here have to have a purple tip on them. If they don't have a purple tip, go read the instructions in the installation folder. There's a document that tells you how to install the resource pack. Alright, hit the button, you can start the game. Alright, so this is part 1. It is called How Did We Get Here? So, first things first, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to come into this room right here, right? You're going to walk through. Alright, it's going to get really dark. Door's going to close behind you. You're going to head over here, and you're going to grab this. Once you're in here, you're going to go through a little dialogue with this guy. His name's William, who's also going to explain a little bit of the story for you as well. Once you get to the end of the dialogue, this door here is going to open up, which allows you to get downstairs, which you're going to need in a second. So, as you can see now, you have the Eye of Knowledge. You throw it if you want a hint. Next, we're going to come over here to this little spot right here. You're going to go into the chest, and you're going to want to grab just the tools and stuff. You don't even need these 2 things. This notebook is only for later when it gets a little bit more complicated and you might need to write things down. So you're going to start off with this wooden pickaxe and you're going to get a little bit of cobblestone. You're going to get 3. There's 1, 2, 3. The way that you know you're going to need the cobblestone is signified up here. There's this little diagram, right? There's a stone pickaxe with an arrow to iron ore. That means you need a stone pickaxe in order to mine the iron ore. So therefore you need to make a stone pickaxe. You're going to grab this axe and you're just going to chop down a little bit of wood. Alright, craft all your wood into sticks. Now you're going to want to make a stone pickaxe. 2, 1, 2, 3. Alright, yep. So now you're going to need a bunch of iron. I'm just going to tell you how much you're going to need for the rest of this level. You're just going to need 9 iron ingots. And once you have that, you're going to want to grab 1 block of coal. So you take your iron and your coal. You're going to jump down here. Alright, so this is where you can smelt everything, right? So you're going to put, I'm just going to split it up evenly. While that smelts, grab some of these magic beans from this chest and dump them in the composter until you hear a click. Piston's going to open the door and you can turn on these 2 farms. And then your iron should be done by now. You're going to grab that and you're going to head back out. Now here's the significance of the iron. You're going to need to make an iron pickaxe that can break gold ore, which you're going to need to make some amethyst weapons as William described earlier. And the book that has the recipes for those is actually right over here. Grab that. Alright, now with your 9 iron, you're going to make 1 pickaxe, and then you're going to make iron bars. So in this Amethyst recipes book, you're going to see all the ingredients that you're going to need to make all of the weapons in this level. You're just going to add up all the shards, the ingots, the bars, and the sticks, and that's how many you're going to need. I happen to know off the top of my head because I've been testing this a lot recently. So you're going to head over to this Amethyst farm. Once you're here, you're going to want to grab 33 amethyst shards in total, so you can hit these buttons to let the pistons drop all of the shards, and there we go, got 34. Now there's a book inside that farm that's going to tell you how to use the amethyst forger, because I made the map. I don't need the book, but without the walkthrough, you're probably going to want the book so you can know actually how to use this. Next up, you're going to want to grab 16 gold ore. This pickaxe can break Deepslate gold ore specifically. 15 and 16, cool. So we have that, and then the last thing we need is sticks, which we already have from earlier. Before we are ready to make the tools, we have to smelt the gold into gold ingots. And once you have your gold, you can head right back up. I like this little thing. You just walk up to it, and you go bouncy bounce right up to the top. Alright, so, in order to start the forge and make your weapons, right? You're going to grab your Amethyst Recipes book, and you want to head over to this control panel, right? So start, we're going to make the hoe. Click that button, that'll turn on the hoe. So now, you have to throw on the items that you need to make the hoe. In this case, it's 6 amethyst shards, 3 gold ingots, 3 iron bars, and 2 sticks. So you do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And that will forge into an amethyst hoe. Next, you're just going to repeat the process for each tool. So for the pickaxe, it's 12, 4, 4, 2. Then we're going to do the axe. The axe is 9, 4, 3, 2. And last but not least is the shovel, which is 6, 3, 2, 2. Alright, so with these tools, you can go get the Compass of the Depths, which will allow you to leave part 1 and get to part 2. So you come over to this water lake right here and use these tools to dig through and get to it. And we're in. So you can grab the compass, and now we're going to head back downstairs. Nobody saw me fall. Next, you're going to parkour up on these lanterns to get to the top. Alright, once you're up here, use your Amethyst hoe, and you can just go to town on the Skulk. Then you get down to this bottom area, place the compass on the item frame, and you are good to go. Gotta go past the lava, keep digging through here until you dig down to part 2, Trial by Fire. No puzzle, this is just all parkour. There is a few secrets to it though. If you head over here, there's a shulker box with an iron shovel. If you head over to the next spot, nobody saw that, you can use this shovel to skip past this timed piston part and dig right through, and as a bonus, you even get a new pair of armor. Looking good. Alright, so make your way onto here. Make sure you hear that ding every time you get to a new checkpoint, because if it doesn't ding, then it didn't save, and you're going to end up going back to where you started. So in order to continue, you just grab that button from the chest and you're good to go. And here's a little secret. Alright, next you're going to keep going. Alright, head down the corridor. Watch out for the slime. And you can head on to the next one. This one's really short. And then I suggest taking something out of your hand, because when you sneak, oh dang it. When you sneak and you go to try and interact with something, it doesn't let you if you have something in your hand. So you want to make sure you have nothing in your hand when you go to interact with stuff while you're sneaking. And once you finally get down here on your totally first try, you place the button there, and now you can unlock the door. And up you go. Alright, now that you're here, you can step on this, and this door will open. Alright, you're going to head down this long corridor until you get to level 3. Wait. Yeah, level 3. Oh, no, it's part 3. What did I call them? I can't remember. Yeah, part 3. This one is called Good Vibrations. Alright, so with this level, what you're going to want to do is you're going to start by heading on over to here. You're going to go up this water elevator and come out here. So in this book that's down here, that book right there, if you took it and you read it like a normal human, you would know in it that it says that you need this lab generator key. One of the hints also says that there is a music disc up here, which is for another part of this map. I'll grab that one here. You can place the key in there, hit the button, and open the door. Alright, flick these two. That'll turn the lab power on. Now, while you're in here, this is really, I'm sorry about this. This is the code that you're going to need to get past this level. These are all Skulk vibration sensors, and they're respective redstone outputs. So in here, right, these lab notes, it'll tell you the code, right? 11, 6, 14, 9, 15. What you need to do is you have to look at the code, right? So 11, right, that's the first one. Activate or open. Well, you have to activate this stuff near the Skulk sensor. That's the thing. So piston, that's deactivate, so that's not gonna work. But this button is activate. So that triggers number 1. Number 2 in here is 6. So you're gonna look at the code, go to 6, it's gonna be change, minecart, or music. Well, the closest thing, you have a jukebox, so if you play music, there's the second one. Alright, so the next one is gonna be 14. So in order to do that, you can see, right, there's a piston here, right? You have to deactivate it. So if you go to the code, right, number 14 is contract. You have to contract that piston, and the way to do that is, if you follow the trail, you have to pull that redstone block back, and the only way to do that is to get that observer to detect something. Well, if you look right what's in front of it, and you head this way, this little contraption up here, and if you step on this pressure plate, that opens up and allows you to shoot an arrow at it. That means you're going to want to make a bow and arrow. Now, if you kept sticks from the first level, that's great, because then you don't have to mine this, but if you don't have sticks, you can take your amethyst axe and you can just start chopping logs to get some sticks. You also need flint, which you might have from earlier, but if you don't, you can head up there again and destroy that gravel, and when you do that, you'll get some flint. Alright, so now that you have a bow and you have some arrows, it swaps your bow out with one with infinity, so you don't have to worry about missing a bunch of times, and you just shoot until you get on the dot. There it goes. And then this anvil is going to fly over. It's going to hit that. It's going to deactivate the piston, and it's going to activate number 14. All right, next up is number 9. So if you go down here, number 9 is wear. Now, if you got the armor from earlier, you can take it off and you can put it on in front of the Skulk Center. But if not, you want to head over here. This is like an iron deposit. Grab some iron, and you want to make any type of iron armor, right? You can make a chest plate, whatever you want. And you're going to head over to the Skulk Center, and you're going to put on your armor. Once you do that, it'll trigger, and you can move on to the last one, which is 15. If you take a look at the code, number 15 is explode or strike. If you head over to this panel right here, when you click this button, it summons lightning at the corresponding block. So if I turn it to that one, the smithing table, which is the one that's over by there, and I click the button, summons lightning, part 3 is done. Hit the button, grab minecart, and get a move on. Here we are, part 4. Into the depths. Alright, so the first thing we want to do here, this is a big part, by the way, so there's a lot going on in this one, and I don't blame you if you needed the walkthrough, because I definitely would have. You're going to start with over here, just because it's closest to the start, right? You're going to want to see if you can jump across here, and then you want to head up these stairs. Now, you might not be able to get up there, but you can jump over to here to get to them. You get over. What you're going to find is you're going to find this dead body with a gold block in his hand. You're going to grab the gold block, and you're also going to grab this gem breaker. Now, if you happen to lose the gold block or something happens, that's fine. If you head over right here and you click down here, that'll give you a gold block. Let's say you happen to lose it, that'll give you another one. Next up, you're going to want to come over to these 2 statues. You want to go inside of here. All right, you're going to go over towards these lights, and over here is this guy. He's going to have another block. That's block netherite. And if you happen to lose that one, the statue with the guy in the chair, and there should be, yep, right there. So if you accidentally lose that, you can't lose it in lava, don't worry. But if you manage to lose it somewhere else, you can get another one. The next one is going to be back the way you came. So if you go past those statues, and you head down into this corridor right here, right? You're gonna jump across, you're gonna go behind this tower, and you're gonna head up. You're gonna go down here, and you have this guy right here. You're gonna grab that block of amethyst from him, and if you lose that one, there's going to be that one right there. If you lose it, there's another one. Alright, so now you just need one more block. Alright, so for the final gem, you're gonna wanna head up these stairs towards the portal. You're gonna jump down and head to the right, and you're gonna grab it from this guy right here. And if you lose that one, you can head on over here. This one's really hard to see. Oh, there it is. That'll give you another block in case you need it. Alright, so with these 4 blocks, you're going to want to have noted the statues that you took them from, right? With this guy, he has a trident, and he's standing up. With the guy from the netherite, he's kneeling down. The gold one, he was sitting down, and for the amethyst one, he was like holding something, right? These all correspond to these statues here, right? So this one, the trident guy, in order to get to that, we're gonna head over to the back here. You're gonna go up these stairs. You're gonna jump up, and then jump to him, and you're gonna place it on top of the hand. If you place it on the side, that's fine. You have this gem breaker in order to get that back. Place that there. Just as a side note, if you happen to lose the gem breaker, there is an extra one right here. So if I accidentally throw that in, I can get another one just by pressing that. And that's over by this gold guy. The next one is going to be the gold one. It's right to the left of the trident guy. You're going to place this block of gold on there. I'm going to head to the other 2. So netherite one, he was kneeling. This guy right here is kneeling, so we'll place that on his hand. And there we go. And then the last one is amethyst. We get it? There it goes. Cool. So now we are at 1 out of 4. The next thing I want to do is go over the color combination one. So off to the right from where you enter, there's going to be this banner here. It says a 4 on it. It's yellow, right? Keep that in mind. So it's a yellow 4. The next one is over here. So if you head over here, there's a red 2. If you go behind the portal to the opposite side, you're going to find a gray 1. All right? So keep those in mind. So you have a gray 1, a red 2, and then a yellow 4. So the last one is going to be back here behind that statue, the gold one. You're going to head all the way to the left, all the way to the end, right? And you're going to see there's a green 3. So you have a gray 1, a red 2, a green 3, and a yellow 4. With that information, you can use that to solve this color lock, right? There's instructions in here on how to do it and the different hints that you're going to need. This is just saying that this corresponds to the color. So, for example, the gray 1, right? It's going to be top right. And up here, right, there's a thing all the way up there. If you want to get to it, you can go up these stairs. You can see the order goes 1, 2, 3, 4. So if 1's the bottom right, that's already correct. You're going to go to 2. 2 is red, so you're going to go down. Then you're going to go to 3. That was green. which means you're going to go left, and then 4 is yellow, so you're going to go right. And there you go. So what happened there was the portal fell apart because it was too large. So what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to make a new flint and steel, which is part of the puzzle. Now to do that, you're going to want to come over to this spot right here. And you're going to head across the bridge and into the tower. Once you get down here, this room is all about changing rooms. So when you hit any of these 2 buttons up here, this room will shift, and all these rooms have different clues that will help you solve different puzzles. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to start off with one of these puzzles. So we're going to start off with this jukebox one, right? We're going to take a look at all these rooms, right? We have a jukebox here, right? This one looks like blocks, and it's with copper, right? So keep that in mind. So the copper goes towards the red music disc. So in this room, the pig step goes towards the end stone blocks. The music disc in here is the green and blue one, and it's next to a sponge block. There's no music disc in this room. There's no music disc in this room either. And the music disc in this room is the skulk one, I think it's 5, and that's next to the purple blocks. So with that, you can jump down here. That'll give you levitation, get you to the top. And now you have all the jukeboxes, right? So you're going to take all of these. If you can remember right, you have blocks that goes to that one. This one that goes to that. You have the green and blue that goes to the sponge, and then pig step goes to the end stone. So once you have that lever, what you're going to do is move on to the next puzzle. Next puzzle, in this case, we're going to do the flowers. So what we're going to do is we're going to look through these rooms for flowers, right? So we have this flower right here, right? There's a white flower, and it's on a copper block. All right, you're going to write that down. Next thing, in this room right here, you can see there's a pink flower, and there's a red block underneath it. Then in here, you have a red flower with a bookshelf. And the last one is going to be in this room, where there's an orange flower in a barrel. So with that, you're going to head back up to the top. Now we have all that information, we're going to go and look at these flowers right here. We're going to organize them in a way that they match what was found in the rooms. We have red, that was a bookshelf. We have white, that was a copper block. We have pink, which was the mushroom, and then we have orange, which is the barrel. Therefore, we get our next lever. Alright, so there's just one puzzle left to solve, and that is this one. So you just have to make this flint and steel. Now, to get all the materials, it'll show you actually up here how to craft that. Jump off the back, and you look here. You're going to need a netherite ingot, an amethyst shard, an echo shard, and a piece of flint in order to craft the flint and steel. The secret, though, is that some of these rooms you can actually get into, and the way to do that is if you head over here, you follow this cobblestone path, there's a button back here. You click that, that opens up a gate and allows you to get inside. So all of these items are found in the rooms, right? So in order to get to them, you're going to have to go into the back walls to get into the rooms to get them. So with this room, the blacksmith room, you're going to come up to the top, and you're going to come down here, head down this ladder, right? The echo shard is in there. Next, you're going to switch to the next room. So the next one's going to be in here. You're going to head down through this bottom spot. You're going to through the back. You're going to come on down into here. And then you're going to head into this barrel and you grab your netherite ingot. You're just going to keep cycling through till you get to the library. There we are. You're going to head back up to the top. And then in order to get the next piece, you're going to open up these trapdoors, and it's a barrel right behind that lectern. The final piece you're going to need is going to be in this room right here. And you want to go up to this statue right here, and there's a barrel underneath with a piece of flint in it. And now you have all the materials you're going to need to make the flint and steel. And head over with all your materials, dump them all in this barrel, and you get flint and steel. Now that you're done, you can open up that gate that's down there. So let's say you're wandering along and you accidentally get rid of one of these blocks, right? So there's a way so you can't accidentally drop them in lava, but let's just say you left them in like the barrel down in the room, and now you can't get another one back. Well, it's actually totally fine if that happens. So if you can't get the diamond one back, you're going to head over to here, right? So here's these statues. You're going to go over to the side of this little bridge, and you're going to shift, you're going to sneak. So there's a trapdoor under there. And when you click that trapdoor, that'll give you another one of these, so long as you don't have one. Same thing for the gold. If you head over to these statues, right over to the left of this smoke here, there's going to be another one right there. And if you want the emerald, you head behind these 2 statues. Over there's number 2. You want to go to the right of this smoke, and it's a trapdoor right there. So once you have all these 3, you can place them on these observers here, and that'll open up the gate. Once you're in here, you're going to start, let's go with this puzzle. So this one is the riddles, right? So there's going to be 3 answers that you're going to want to get. Now, the answers to these are in those hidden rooms. So let's say you didn't, look for the clues while you're in there, you didn't see them. That's fine. Just jump on this minecart, that'll take you right back. So in order to get the answers to the 3 riddles, we'll stay in this room right here. We'll head back in. And this is going to be riddle number 3. I crave the green, you crave the goods, who am I? Now, the answer to that is actually in the room. The answer to all the riddles are in the room. So in this one, it's a villager, right? Craves the green, it's the emerald. You crave the goods, which is the goods. So that's going to be your 3rd answer. The first answer is going to be in this library right here. So if you head in and you open up this lectern, number 2. what building has the most stories? Now this one, we're in a library. The answer is going to be a library. And last but not least, we're going to go into this blacksmith room and go over to this lectern right here. Riddle number 1. When hard rock forms, I cease. What am I? The answer to that would be lava. When obsidian forms, the lava disappears. It ceases. So now we have that. We have number 1 is lava, number 2 is library, and number 3 is villager. With those 3, you can now head over to here. If you need more levels, you can press this button up here. That'll give you an additional 5, and use these anvils to solve. So first one is lava. Make sure everything is all lowercase and all one word. Number 2 is library, and number 3 is villager. All right, you're gonna put riddle number 1, lava, riddle number 2, library, and number 3, villager. All right, now you have another lever. You just need one more lever, and then you're ready to go for the last puzzle. This next puzzle is going to be over here. This is in the shape of an end portal, right? And you have to turn on these lights to correspond to an end portal with eyes filled into it. Now, if you remember from one of the rooms, it was the spruce room, the eyes of Ender were arranged in such a way where if you have this wood pillar here, and you have this block here that had the flower pot on it, then you would have a situation that looked like this, with the lights that are on signifying the lights that have eyes of Ender in them. And once you turn all those on, you get your next lever. All 4 of these, we can finally head down to the last room, which is going to be down here. And in this one, your goal is to get these armor stands to their respective place. If you take a look at the room from earlier, the plant room, you'll notice that there's 4 heads with 4 different light source blocks above them. Those correspond to where you have to push these armor stands to. Now, if you want to move these armor stands, you press this button. That'll cycle them all counterclockwise, 1 rotation. And when you turn on one of these, let's say you turn on that one, what that does is that will take the next armor stand and it'll put it into that location. So the jack-o'-lantern, right? So what that'll do is that'll take, as this spins counterclockwise, the next one that goes across here will shoot across, go into here, and end up there. So when I press this with that on, the skeleton will end up going through there and end up over there. Now let's say you made a mistake, you didn't want that there, you can press this button. That'll send them back to the next available spot. Let's say you get one stuck and maybe 2 in one spot, or this one I know has problems, I'm not sure why. Just something goes wrong, you just press this button, that'll reset everything. In order to get started with this, we're gonna take a look. Where do we need each of these to go? Well, we need the wither skeleton to go to the shroom lights, right? Now, he's actually on his way there. His next move will get him there. If we block that and he gets pushed across, he'll go to the shroom lights. So we want to turn that one on. All of these other guys, they can't get to their light blocks yet. When you press the button with that lever flicked, this guy's going to go across and into that spot there. We want to take a look at where they're going next. The zombie, if we had kept that flipped, would go over there with him. We don't want that. The creeper here, he'll go to sea lantern, which we don't want either. The skeleton will go to the pumpkins, which we also don't want. So we'll cycle through another time. The skeleton, when he goes over here, he'll go across into the sea lanterns. That's where the skeleton's supposed to be, so we'll turn that on. The zombie would go to the glowstone, which is not where he's supposed to go. And the creeper would go to the shroom lights, which is not where he's supposed to go. So with that flicked, we'll go press that. And the skeleton will head over to that corner right there. Last but not least, we need a zombie to go to the pumpkins, which he's en route to. We can turn that on. And the creeper has to go to the glowstone, which he's also en route to, so we can turn that on as well. When we hit the button, these guys will go across into their places. And that's it. The bridge opens. Lights turn on. Now you can go back up and use your flint and steel to light up the portal. Alright, we're gonna head up the stairs. We're gonna light this up. Alright, and now we are in part 5, Leaps of Faith. So part 5 is similar to part 2, it's another parkour thing, but I've introduced a few cool mechanics. So you have these respawn rounders. What these will do is if you click it, it'll allow you to reset yourself, but it'll also up your attempts. Now having high attempts doesn't do you any bad in the game, it's just a stat to brag to your friends with. So you're just gonna do the parkour up to the top. I'll tell you about this switch stick in a second. So every time you step on a gold block that activates a new checkpoint, you're going to head over here. I'm going to show you how the switch stick works. So when you click the switch stick, it'll swap between the red and the blue blocks and which ones you can jump on. You can't click it multiple times within a second because otherwise it'll tell you don't spam it. And if you did spam it and I didn't have that in there, it could break. It can be annoying sometimes, but as long as you time it right, everything should be fine. Now there are some shortcuts sitting around. So if you have your tools from earlier, your Amethyst hoe for example, you can use that, dig through here, and it takes you to a shortcut. Now those jumps can be kind of tricky, so I prefer to do the shortcut because it's a little bit easier. Also beware, don't fall too far if you're trying to go off course, because there's a system that will respawn you if you fall too far. it's going to be these blocks here where the lava is. That's where you want to jump, where the lava is flowing into. Alright, these blue ones, they're jump blocks. You're going to use your switch stick to get to that blue block there. These green blocks indicate you're going to go onto a slime block. You jump up to that one, and then there's going to be another green block at the end signifying that you're done with the slime block. And then use your amethyst hoe to dig through. And enter the next checkpoint. Now, while there may not be water in the nether, there is snow, which you can use to cool yourself off, which is awesome. If you accidentally fall in lava, just place some snow down. So these green blocks up here, they'll signify that you're going onto a slime block jump. Now what that means in the system's mind is that it's going to turn off the checker that'll reset you if you fall more than a certain amount of blocks. So if you don't step on the block like thoroughly and it doesn't register that you've done that, then it's going to reset you while you're falling onto the slime block, which you don't want. So make sure you've stood on it and not like hit the edge. Make sure you stood in the middle, because otherwise it'll reset you. And same goes to all like the power blocks, like the blue ones too. The jump boost ones, if you try and cheese those and get like towards the edge, then it might not pick up that you've actually stood on it, and then you won't have the jump boost. So there's another shortcut over here. If you get your amethyst pickaxe and you break through here, that'll get you into this room, which you can use to bypass a bunch of other parkour bits and get to this part. Now this part, in my opinion, is one of the harder parts of this map, just with the types of jumps. And there we go. Got a few jump boosts, and you're gonna jump down here. Alright, and we're almost done. Oh, come on, man, that was uncalled for. There we go. And there we go, part 5 is complete. We're on to the last section, and then we are home free. This last section is a culmination to the map. It is a snippet of pretty much all the different parts of the map kind of combined into one. There we go. And then, you know, the lab, part 3. You can hit this button, strike down the lightning. And then this brings you to part 4, where you have this block of gold. You're going to place that on the palm, and I missed. There we go. And I'll get you to the portal, grab a switch stick, and you can parkour out of here. That almost didn't work, I almost glitched through it. You're gonna head up these stairs through the nice little cave. And once you're up here, you're gonna wanna go talk to William. There's the warden. Here's William. He's chilling with the warden. You have to get close to him. Command's a little weird. He's gonna do some talking. Then he's going to ask you for your key, which is on your head. So in case you freaked out and thought you lost it, don't worry, it's just on your head. So you're gonna give him your key. That's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed the map. If you did, feel free to go check out my other maps. They're right over here. Got Find the Button Dimensions 1, 2, 3, and 4. The first one was actually played by Captain Sparkles. May have heard of him. Go over to the left here. There's a bunch of stats. You use 0 hints. 73 times I fell in lava, and I fell 78 times. That was fun. If you want to go check out the map, you can get in spectator mode or creative mode, whatever you want. If you did enjoy the video, don't forget to drop a like down below. Comment down below if you need any help, found any bugs, anything wrong with it. If you have any suggestions for other maps you want to make, please feel free. Let me know. Anyways, that's going to be it from me, so look forward to see you guys in the next one, and subscribe if you haven't already. See you guys in the next one.